Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, and we're going to talk about the next 6 days, which takes us right on into the first part of May. Now, over the last several weeks, I've been telling you can put your plants in your garden, and I'm still holding true to that. However, we have a little fly in the ointment, and that could happen late Friday night and on into Saturday. Those of you in the Great Lakes region, yes, it's going to be chilly, and you could see some freezing temperatures there. But those of us right here in the Ohio Valley, it's going to get cooler. Friday night and on into Saturday morning, I think temperatures could dip into the upper 30s, but there's going to be a couple elements around that I don't expect any frost at this point. So I think right now we're going to be okay. Temperature-wise, over the next couple of days, this is Tuesday. Notice where the divide is. Colder air to the north, nice and warm across the Ohio Valley, stretching towards Texas and certainly the southeast. That's the battle zone. Now by Wednesday, that doesn't change much because we're going to see that frontal system sitting right about here, and then we're going to see ripples of storm systems moving on up, keeping unsettled weather in this area, but also temperatures somewhat on the mild side. By Thursday, once again, we're starting to see a little bit of yellow pop up, but that's indicative of the cloud cover and rain that we'll see here in the Midwest. But there's that cooler air up into the north. By Friday, it starts settling its way southward. And again, this is late in the day on Friday. So watch what happens here on Saturday. That green dips down and shoots out quickly up into the mid-Appalachians and Pennsylvania and up into the northeast. So right here in the Ohio Valley, that cold air will be short-lived on into Friday night and I think on into Saturday morning. But notice the warm-up there here on Saturday. And then as it moves on into Sunday, it does move east as well. So only real problem again with our plants could again happen late Friday night on into Saturday. Precipitation wise, Tuesday, somewhat unsettled here in the Midwest. We could see a little bit of severe weather in this area, especially looks like on Wednesday you see a little bit of red showing up, something you have to keep an eye on. But it's going to be unsettled across most of the Midwest. Great Lakes, not too much of a problem. Here comes another bit of energy in the Rockies there. By Thursday, that all kind of comes together, becomes really pretty wet across the Midwest. And I know a lot of you have some golf leagues that have started. Next couple of days, I think it's going to be kind of tough to get them in this area of the country. And then on Friday, it starts moving its way out. And this is why one of the reasons I don't think we're going to see much in the way of frost right here in the Ohio Valley, because this is late in the day on Friday. Notice we still have some precipitation around, and we're going to see some windier conditions. So that's going to help mix up the air. The clouds are also going to keep temperatures up a little bit, and the ground is going to be very soggy. With those three ingredients in place, it's going to be very difficult to see frost forming on Friday night and on into Saturday morning, because here, take a look at what happens here on Saturday. The precipitation starts working its way out. Northeast, yes, you're going to be a rather messy for you there. And also notice how it dries out here in the central U.S. And then we have another batch of rain moving in the west coast. That's going to keep us more in this zonal flow. We talk about that, which will help keep the cold air to the north. So as far as gardening is concerned and our plants, the only real concern will be late Friday night on into Saturday. After that, because it is zonal flow, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Here on Sunday, I think it's going to be a pretty nice day. Temperatures will be warming up with quite a bit of sunshine right here in the Midwest. But notice out west, quite a bit of precipitation there along the west coast and on into the central Rockies. So bottom line is keep your rain gear handy. Also keep a jacket or two over the next couple of days, because it's also going to be a little bit of a chillier rain, especially come Thursday as well as Friday. I'm George, the Weather Dad, and I'll be back in a few days to take a better look at your upcoming weekend for the first weekend in May.